Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike here at Imperial Tropicals. Sorry for the little bit of a late start today. Got a lot going on the farm. We've been doing a lot of cleaning up around the farm, been moving some fish around, just a lot of work going on. So, just got a little bit of a late start today, but that's all right. In a little bit, we're going to go look at some of the Brazil import. I know a lot of people have been asking, got a lot of cool plecos in. They are still under quarantine. Not sure when they'll be available. Every fish is going to be different. So just please be patient while you wait for them to come out of quarantine. If they're a new fish that you see, if it's something new, you can email us and let us know, like, hey, I'm interested in this fish. When will it be available? If it's not a new fish, you can find that fish on our website and you can sign up for a email notification. And all you gotta do is go to that fish, click on email me or notify me when available, and it'll ask you for your email. You put that in there and you will receive a notification. So, hello, Susan. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining. So, yeah, here's some Turkish peacocks. You can see I prefer the males with a little bit less orange on the shoulder. This is a really nice, good example. Hello, Charlotte. Happy Friday. These guys are a little stressed. They're just moved earlier this week. These are the Gold Harbor Lethrinops. Hello, Jim. Happy Friday. Here we have some Missoni Chitimbas. Looking really good. So, for everybody who's just joining, in a few minutes, we will be looking at our new Brazil import. These fish are not available yet. They're still under quarantine. So, once again, I just want to say, be patient. If there's something you want to see, you can sign up on our website for email notifications under the specific fish you're interested in. These are the Obi Alis. I really like this yellow and blue male right there. It's looking really, really good. This guy's pretty cool too. It's got darker blue colors. Now these guys are going to color up a lot more. They're stressed out in the sales tank a little bit. Here we got some blue neons. We haven't had some nice blue neons in a while. These guys are looking really, really good. So hopefully everybody's having a good Friday. It's been a really long week around here. I don't know about for you guys, but we've just been really busy. Breeding fish, moving fish around. There is an exciting fish I'm going to show you guys really quick. We just made a Facebook post about him. This is what is called a red dove-eye. He's blind. He's been on the farm for a while. We were attempting to use him as breeder, but being that he's blind, he just continually got beat up by the female in the tank. So if anybody's local and you're interested in this fish, he's really healthy. He finds the food. I think he just uses his sense of smell in the water, and he just bites in the general direction and he eats. We've never had a problem with him finding the food. But he has been in his own tank for probably a year now. So he, I don't know how he would do with other fish, but as a standalone fish or potentially a breeding project, he'd be a really cool addition. And he's pretty big. This is a 40-gallon breeder for your reference. He looks about 8 to 10 inches, probably closer to 10. Really cool fish. I will be sad to see him go, but hopefully he can go to a nice home. So this fish isn't going on the website, so just If you're interested and you're local, we don't want to ship him, so if you're local, you can come pick him up, but you need to email us first, so keep that in mind. Oh, Charlotte, that is fantastic news. So I don't know if you guys tuned in last week, but Charlotte, she had her package stolen from her porch. It was her fish order from us. It was stolen from her porch, and she said the porch pirates have been caught, so that is fantastic news. Hopefully there will be no more issues in your neighborhood. Alright, so since we're right by these fish, guys, we're going to go ahead and look at them. David, happy birthday to your wife. We started late today, so you didn't miss too much, but guys, let's turn around. We're going to look at some of these Brazil fish. Now, you'll see all the medicated tanks. For example, here you got the greenish yellow water. That is just medication in the water, so keep that in mind. Nothing is up for sale yet, but hopefully shortly they will be. So let's start down here, the first tank. We have the L398s, the Panaki Taniki, or the Tiger Pleco. Really big fan of these guys. These guys ship pretty well. They are still recovering. You can see this fish here. He's kind of breathing heavy. That's typically ammonia burns from shipment after the fact, or just damage to the gill from shipment. But these guys are still under quarantine, but overall we've had no losses and we had no DOA on this fish. So hopefully shortly they will be okay. This is a fish that is more of they will eat wood. So definitely, if you are interested in this fish, make sure you have driftwood in their tank so they can eat and rasp on the wood. And they're also more vegetarian, so make sure you're feeding them and not just using them to clean your tanks. I would target feed them. We like to use Rapashi, and also straight to the source, we do provide them with driftwood. So here's another tank with them. And they're 2.5 to 3 inches. They look really good. And this tank is looking, I don't see any breathing too heavy in this tank, so these guys are coming along nicely. Up here, more of the same fish, but as you'll see, this tank is under treatment. And they're under antibiotics, so you'll see a little bit of the fraying of the tail on this fish, and basically what we're trying to do is clean up that bacterial infection and get them ready to sell. And we caught it soon enough that we haven't had any issues yet and no losses on them. Here's a pretty cool one. These are typically a harder one for us to keep, and they don't, at first from the wild, they don't ship as well. These are the L31s, or the peppermint plecos. So we'll get a closer look at these. They're really nice, looking good. Really cool fish. Alright. Another pleco type down here, we have the Sultan plecos, or the L264s. These are also more of a vegetarian, so make sure you are target feeding them with any sort of veggie type foods. A lot of these fish can also use, if you use things like squashes and melons, a lot of these fish will eat it. Now these guys did not ship very well in from the wild, but they are recovering. We haven't seen any losses like in big numbers. I think we just had 1 or 2. These are the L141s. They're calling these the Domini leopard cactus pleco. And if you guys are familiar with the giant leopard cactus pleco in our show tank, you'll see just how big these guys get, how spiky they get. But These guys are going to take a little bit longer to get through quarantine. Uh, their colors are just really off, and if you look close, they're just kind of like grayish looking as opposed to their normal brighter colors. So they're underneath some antibiotics as well, but super nice. I don't expect to have too much issue with these guys recovering. Here we got the L018s, or the gold nugget plecos. These guys are a classic. You got the nice bright yellow spots in the border of the fins with the bright yellow on the black body. Always a good one. We have the paraplecos, or the L75s. Here's a little one here hiding underneath the driftwood. Also, we have some back there on the driftwood as well. We have some Magnum plecos. These are the L47s. These ones have been notorious for us anytime we've brought them in. We have a little bit of issues with them, so I expect those to take a little bit longer than the rest of the types we brought in to go through quarantine. Now here we have a cool one. I don't believe I've seen these in person before. These are the L137s, the blue eye redfin pleco. They have a nice reddish color to them, and then they have a blue eye. Now these are a hypostomus species, so they are probably going to get fairly large. If you're familiar with our redfin plecos, common plecos, those are mostly hypostomus types. They get really large, so not too sure about this exact species, but just keep that in mind. Over here, this is an exciting one. We got chubby plecos in, so we got the L56s. Let's get a close-up of one of these closer ones. Chubby plecos are super cool. If you haven't seen them before, they get really wide. They'll just continue to grow width-wise rather than length-wise, so it's pretty cool. Really nice fish. Here we have the L14s, or the Goldie plecos. Another nice yellow fish on the black, but these guys have more of white spots and they have yellow fins. And they shipped in really well. They should be available soon. And then here's another favorite, the L134s, or the leopard frog plecos. So guys, if you see Carly's comment, she just let us know that the blue-eye redfin plecos, they're a smaller species of hypostomus, and they max out at around 8 inches. So here are the leopard frogs. Also, no issues with these shipping in. I really like the leopard frogs. And what I find cool is, like, each fish has its own kind of individual pattern. They're similar, but each fish is definitely different. And that is something that I really like. So there's a few there. And then we got this, this is new to me. They came in pretty rough, but they are recovering with the help of antibiotics. These are the Xingu Black Neon Tetras. And here is the scientific name with the common name. And here they are again. So they're similar to your common black neons, but there definitely is a difference. If you look at pictures and compare the two, for sure see the difference. What else do we have here? We got some Geophagus altifrons. I can't wait. I hope we keep some of these back for breeders. I want to see how they look. We also have, we haven't gone through and separated them yet, but these were very similar fish. We have two types in this tank. They were shipped in the same box, individually bagged. Sorry, 1 second, guys. So they're individually bagged, and they weren't individually labeled. They look so similar. We have the Retrocolus zinguensis and the Retrocolus lepidifer in this tank. And we didn't get many of these in. I believe these might be staying here on the farm for breeders. But we will have to separate those. And then we have the ornate brookies. Now these guys are really cool and they're big. I'm surprised at how big they are. Oh, Charlotte, I'm sorry to hear about your green phantom pleco. She said she had lost it recently. And you're looking for a suggestion to go with large American cichlids. Really, that suggestion would be based on the type of water you have, Charlotte. So if you have lower pH type water with lower conductivity, I would suggest you have a lot more choices that way. Yes, Holly, these are a Cory. And just to remind all of you, recently all of the Corys have just been, within the last couple months, reclassified. So these used to be known as ornate Corydoras, but now they're known as ornate brookies. And so here is their scientific name, which is Brookies ornatus, but they used to be known as Corydoras ornatus. And so that happened with a lot of Cory types, and now there's a lot less that are officially Corydoras. Here's another tank of more Geophagus altifrons. They're just smaller. And then here is a very large discus. So we did get some more blueface Heckle discus in. This one, the Heckles are notorious for being a little bit more finicky when we bring them in, so they are potentially going to be under quarantine for a while. But if you are interested in these Heckles, we also have Heckles from previous shipments from different locations. I believe, I want to say Colombia, and they are similar, just a little bit smaller, and they've already gone through our quarantine. Here is another tank. He's hiding really good. He's trying to become one with the leaf and the plant. We got some raccoon tetras in. One of my favorite tetras. Right now they are not colored up, but the males are really, really nice. They get long fins. They're red and yellow. They're not overly bright, but they're just enough, and I really like them. One thing we are going to do is probably keep some of these back and breed them, so that's exciting. Now here is one more discus. He's actually seemingly begging for food, but you'll see the bacterial infection that this fish has. The fin, it's getting a little bit of what we call fin rot, so we are treating them for that. That is something, guys, that bringing fish in from the wild takes the most time for us, is getting them through our quarantine and making sure that we're not shipping out sick fish. So just keep that in mind, that we go through as long as it takes quarantine process to get these fish ready to sell and ship. These are some larger L014s, or the Goldie Plecos. And these dudes are just, I love this fish. They're really nice. They're very bright. The water does have some medication in it, so it is hiding some of just how bright this fish actually is. But nice colors on this fish. So Charlotte, your water's a little harder. I would go with a with that high of a pH. I would go with one of the more common type plecos. Something that would be really cool, I think, would be a rhino pleco. Those are really nice. They don't grow overly large. They do get pretty big. I want to say maybe 10 inches. Not exactly sure. But they don't, like, you can put them in a 125 and they're not going to outgrow it. So keep that in mind. Alright, so Ollie Shawn, no cherry red tetras, but that is something we do breed and we have had success. It's just not in very large numbers. And so we are working on them. We are working on getting more. Now here's a new one. These were wild caught from Brazil as well. Let's see if I can get it. There, here we go. So these are the Tuiras, whiptail, or the Spatulacaria tuiria. Let's learn it together, guys. I can't pronounce that. My Latin is not my strong suit. But these guys are pretty cool. They shipped in really well. They do have some nice trailers on their tails there. Not sure how much longer they get. Some of the ones towards the back here have a little bit longer trailers. So you can see that fish there. But really nice. Whiptails are really cool. I believe they're, in my opinion, they're very underrated in the aquarium. Now they can be a little bit more picky on their water parameters, so keep that in mind. Being wild caught, definitely want to be on top of your water parameters and have some RO available. I don't believe these are up yet, but we did get these. These are not wild caught, but we did import these recently, and these are the red lizard whiptails. I'm excited to see these back in stock. We haven't had them for a while. And you can see they're pretty small, but they get much bigger than this. I think around 6 inches, and a really nice fish. And they've been bred in captivity for a while now. So that was most, not all, but that was most of the Brazil fish. If you guys have any other suggestions of fish you want to see, let me know. If you read back through some of the comments, Carly did put, thank you JT, they are really cool fish. Carly from the Imperial account put the weekly sale items in the comments. I will scroll through and try to find them. And if I see any other comments that I may have missed or questions, I'll try to answer. So let's see here. So Pistogramma cockatoides, the wild Peruvian ones, those are going to be on sale this week, the 1 to 2 inchers. The Telmatochromis vittatus, now that's a Tanganyikan. Pretty cool fish, not overly aggressive. They have cute rounded noses. Let's go look at those really quick. So those are going to be over here in tank F52. So we're going to look at those. Also, we're going to have Geophagus brasiliensis, also known as the pearl cichlids, at the 1 to 2 inch size. Those will be on sale. Right, so here we go. Let's look at these Tomatochromis vittatus. So these guys don't get overly large, 3 to 4 inches at best. Really kind of subtle fish. And you know, they're really cool. They are not overly hard to breed, and I just like their cute face, nice and rounded. Guys, give me 1 second. Hey DJ, can you go open the garage door for Austin? Thank you. All right, guys, sorry about that. And then there's one other fish, guys. I lost it in the comments, so let me find it really quick. So, sorry for this, guys. Normally I print it out and it's just in my hand. Today, with everything that's been going on around the farm, I just didn't have time, and that's why we started a little late. So we got the pearl cichlids. Okay, the last fish for this week is going to be the Buccochromis spectabilis, and that's going to be the 2 to 3 inch size. And we're actually right next to them, so we'll take a look at those really quick. Actually, they're not in the tank they're supposed to be, so we'll have to revisit that. They must have just been moved. While we're here, let's look at these striped goby cichlids. These are the Erythemotis cyanostictus. These are a Tanganykan as well, really cool fish. Love these little guys. So if you're interested in that, just want to show you the name really quick. There are the Treticephalus. So these are the Neolamprologus treticephalus, and they're pretty small right now, 1 to 2 inches. Really cool fish. They don't get overly large as well, I believe 4 to 5 inches. They make a nice addition. So Susan says she has the vittatus and she loves them. I really like them too. They're relatively mild. Here's a nice one, guys. Be sure to check out the website. These are the firecrackers. So these are Tropheus firecracker. Let me get you on this bigger guy, and just you can see the color on them already at a smaller size. These were I pulled these fry from our breeding area about 4 to 5 weeks ago, and they've been growing up. You can see now how they're looking. You can see there's a little bit of a variation in some of these, and that could be that these were wild caught, the original breeders were. So, but you can see these fry, they're adjusting well to in a tank. They don't even care that the camera is right up in their face. So Charlotte's having issues with her fish spawning too much, her Tanganyikans, and they're getting overly aggressive, so she's setting up another tank. That is what I like to hear, Charlotte. That's amazing. So really quick, guys, that's going to be it for today. I apologize for not getting the full 30 minutes and not getting here on time today. Just been crazy busy. Got changes going on, trying to get fish for you guys. I know stock has been kind of low, so we imported some fish, and importing from the wild takes a little bit of work on the back end to get them through quarantine. Also in our breeding areas, we're trying to ramp up. Right now is our best time of year with temperatures and breeding, so we want to get fry into our ponds to hurry up and grow out for next spring. So it takes time, even with all this space, all the ponds, but thank you guys for joining today. Sorry if I didn't get to any of your questions or comments. I was just really trying to highlight some of those fish. Some are going to be available sooner than others. Please, if we already have it on the website, you can just go on and sign up for email notifications. Check back on the website, because if the size variant is different than what you signed up for, so if we have a 3 to 4 inch available, we put them on the website, but if it's not available for you to sign up for a 3 to 4 inch, say it's 1 to 2 inch, you sign up for that, you're not going to get an email notification. So definitely sign up, but also double check. I hate that you guys have to do that, but if we don't already have the size variant and you guys sign up for it, but we put up a different size, you won't get that email saying, hey, this fish is available. So keep that in mind. Just keep checking back to the website. Really appreciate you guys, and we're going to see you next week. Later.